remember what we talked about last week about Holocaust and what happened to Jewish people in Europe. And here is a memorial. We are right on the slopes of Mount Zion. Jewish people suffered of this terrible cooperation between local police around European countries and local governments who helped the German to pick the Jews and bring them to camps and massacre them in concentration camps. But here it's a place to pay a tribute to a French archbishop in the southern part of France who decided to swim against the stream. And he ordered his people in his area to save Jewish people. And this gave us a lot of hope. The artist named Buren, if you happen to visit the Royal Palace in Paris, you will see his famous courtyard, the Buren courtyard. Represent here the stone is Mount Zion, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. From Mount Zion will come Torah and spread around the world, but it goes three different directions. Three visions of Jerusalem depending the religion. In the center, here, Judaism, the original faith, the Old Testament. To its right, Christianity, which is the Old Testament plus New Testament, 2,000 years ago. And here, Islam. Islam, who came with the Quran, based on the Bible of Zion, although their location, central location, is Mecca. So let's walk together in the Christian direction. As I invited you, one of the kids just left his jacket here. Pity, he won't find it back. So we find a solution for him. We will find a solution for him. This is a place used by schools, and young kids come here with archaeologists to learn digging. So I will put his jacket here, maybe away from eyes, that many better chances to be saved. And I give another call to Abu Khalid. Abu Khalid is the I have just called his father, came yesterday and told him we'll come a bit late to visit the place, but you can see the archaeological dig here, which is about ancient Jerusalem. These are new digs, and we can see the extension of Jerusalem city at the Second Temple time. So here comes Abu Khalid. Ahlan, son, and we will come and visit this graveyard. Ahlan bi. هلا كيفك؟ كيف حاله؟ وين ابوك؟
في جنازة فوق.
He is the son of Abu Khalid, and they just have now, they are burying someone. Thank you for opening us in a time which is not the normal time, because normally the place is cold, and they will thank you. So we are now entering a Christian graveyard here on Mount Zion. These are Christian Catholic people buried here. Some are buried in these boxes because the land very expensive in Jerusalem, and some were very poor, they were monks. You'll be surprised, of course, to see that these are Catholic people, but the language is Arabic. It happens only here, Israel, Palestine, and Lebanon. Of course, in America they have some, of course. And we walk together in this graveyard. بعدين من فوق طيب بعد تسقرني بو نفتح من لمالا. I just telling him that on the exit we will use the other exit so we can visit a bit more of this very, very special graveyard. You can see Arab Christians and a sister, you see, Scholastica Liviani from Italy, and she died in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a microcosmos of the entire world. And Abu Khalid family, they watch at this place carefully, and they don't let anyone make any damage on this precious land. Oh, Damrijan. So, let's walk together. I would like you to see this very interesting grave. It could happen that few dozen thousands of people watching us right now have seen the movie about Oskar Schindler. The man was made famous by this production. And if you remember, this is the very last picture of that movie. Oskar Schindler, let me remind you. He was the man, a German Christian, who opened a factory, pots factory, in Krakow, Poland. He had in mind to save Jewish people from massacre. Rather than using regular workers in a factory, he decided to employ Jewish people and through this save them from Holocaust. And he was made after the war a righteous among the nation. He saved over 1,200 men. Each one is a world. And if you remember the last picture of that movie,
Schindler's List.
The people he saved their life gathered here in Jerusalem, and each of them will put a stone on Schindler's grave, as we do in Jewish, to pay tribute to what this man did to save our people being massacred as a minority in Europe. So please, Alan, if you wish to put a stone on his grave, please feel free to do so. We do not lay wreath in a regular graveyard. Oskar Schindler loved Israel. He came here 14 times during his life. He died quite young, as he was 66 or 67.
You notice it's also written in Hebrew.
Yeah, Hasid
Hasid
Umot,
Umot Haolam.
right?
Righteous among the nations.
Righteous among the nation. And he is buried next to this battalion soldiers. You can see this is, it looks like a military graveyard. Pay attention at the crosses, all in the same line, all together. What it is about, I'm going to explain you soon. But before we do so, I would like to take you to the view here. You remember we mentioned King David as a shepherd here on the slopes of Jerusalem. And you can see the shepherd here grazing in Jerusalem. Early spring in the city. Down there, the village named Shiloach, the city of David. And close by us is Gai Ben Hinnom, the Hinnom Valley, which is right down us to the right. And this place is really famous in the Bible for being the place where Adam and Eve were moved to after, as you remember, she ate the forbidden fruit. And God said to them, "You have done what you shouldn't do. Leave that Garden of Eden and move to the place I will show you." And from here, there was a curse. The curse was that you will have to sweat to make your living. And women will deliver in pain. And this happened down there in the Hinnom Valley. You can see this old Greek monastery here, which is a part of this classic hermitage all around the city of Jerusalem. This one is named Hakeldama, named after Judah. Judah, who hanged himself here in between the walls of that plot. Oh, the goats, the shepherd grazing here. We don't have that grazing period so long in Jerusalem as we are here on the edge of desert.
אתה רואה את הקופצים?
This is time we can have a look at the village. And there, this village, by the way, interesting story. Silwan was the city of David 3,000 years ago. In the year 1882, after Christ, 120 years ago, 30 years ago, Jews from Yemen came walking to Jerusalem. As they came walking to Jerusalem, they entered the city, but there was no place they could settle, and they started to build their homes outside the walls there, in this Shiloach village. And they built that village, but in the year 148, the village in Shiloach, together with the old city of Jerusalem, were conquered by Jordan. And the Jews were expelled. And while Jewish people were expelled from there, King Hussein of Jordan invited Muslim people from Hebron, southern Judean city, to settle in Jerusalem. And that's the way Silwan, who was born a Jewish historical, which is the core, the base of Jerusalem, the city of David, and that they will come and go and visit it together. Silwan became later on a Muslim place. And sometimes there's some, what I feel, misunderstanding. People tend to mistake and call this eastern part of Jerusalem occupied territories. But this was occupied, taken from us from 1948 to 67, and then liberated. And the status, the legal title land status here is not the same as when Israel conquered Sinai or Nablus in Samaria. So we have to be extremely careful using proper terminology connected to geography in the land of Israel. Do we have any question? Or we can walk together towards this Polish memorial. Only in Poland you can have family name with 15 letters and only 3 vowels. This is a memorial for General Władysław Ender. General Enders is the man who will bring former prisoners of wars and inmates in the Second World War and will bring them to the land of Israel. We can read what is there on that pole in tributes to Poles buried in this cemetery, civilian and soldiers of General Władysław Anders, Polish Second Corps. These are former prisoners of war and inmates of Soviet lagers who died on their way to homeland in the years World War II and after. Poland remember you, Israel remember you. By the way, among these men was one famous person, Menachem Begin. He came joining them, and then he will become a very active politician in Israel, being the first politician in Israel who succeeded to sign a strong peace agreement with our neighbors. This was 1979, the agreement with Egypt, as you remember, after which President Sadat was assassinating. So let's go up on the hill. Albina, Rahil, these are famous Jerusalem. Nuh. כן, כן. כן, כן. בדלת. אתה יכול לתת לו עכשיו. This was really nice. This was This is a place which is used by priests, and here they make a service. So Abu Khalid Saad will be the priest today, and this is where burial ceremony occurs. يا صاحبي افتح من هون ها حبيبي. Please go on. Follow Abu Khalid.
What?
Salute to Oscar Schindler and to the Wandels Division for trying to bring freedom to his area. تسلم ايديك حبيبي.
الله يبارك شنو.
حبيبي سلامتك. مين المفتاح هون؟ تلمية مفتاح بو. ده
شغال مات
والسجار. حبيبي سلامات. You see, this is what I like in Jerusalem. I like this friendship among people. We succeed to build something together, to live together. And you see, he came on time and opened for us, for our guests, having their breakfast probably. So, see a little sign on the door, not everybody paints. Oscar Schindler's grave. So I turn off the mic for 2-3 minutes when we climb up the hill back to the view and be back. So we walk this path of Jerusalem, Mount Zion, enjoying the light, the beauties, the stone, the shape of windows in Jerusalem, the color of the stone, the Jerusalem stone who turns golden Jerusalem, Jerusalem of gold, each and every afternoon. This sculpture here represents Jerusalem, Mount Zion, center of the world.
פה בפנים.
Pam pam. So we are back through King David's compound.
However, there is a difference. It's not that it's a written because most of those waters are traditional.
Parece que se viste como árabe, no le van a decir nada, pero no sé.
Nada, él pasa. Hello.
Hola.
Pode tirar, irmã, bate.
Pera aí. Vou ficar perto dela aqui, ó.
Cadê? Então passa aí,
Não, você...
أهلا بك.
Pode ir.
Ai, ó, um fura fino, o outro fino. Normal, você volta mais rapidinho.
Por favor, tem que tirar uma foto do lado do Davi. Os músicos têm que tirar uma foto do lado do Davi.
I don't know what the kind of diet you have, but I want to tell you that this young man is selling the best dried fruit in town for many, many years. He is here with his dad, and you can have fresh cashew, nuts, everything. Please try. This is absolutely fantastic. كيف حالك زلمة؟ تسلم لي. تعالوا نقول بريئة.
Kosher.
Kosher?
Kosher, yeah.
Kosher. He says only kosher stuff.
Kosher. Everything.
Homemade. ده معلمي.
Vamos ver, né?
Ameshas. I have salt also. זה מתוק. קשו, יש פיקן, יש שקדים.
Bom dia.
קח משהו בבקשה.
סלמתק חביבי. I love them all.
פה, אבא לא יזיז. הנה פה. כל זמן.
Bom dia.
כל זמן. רבה. תחזר ראוי.
משהו, אה?
פה זה סיינים, מה בא לך? שם לך לשקית?
تسلموا ايديك حبيب قلبي. We are walking here, 2 men in kippah. Bonjour mon père. We are here with some friends from America,
Oh, okay.
learning about Mount Zion. And we meet many people, and this is our cameraman Shmuel.
Hi.
Where'd you come from?
Alan
Los
Schneider.
Angeles.
Alan
Los
Schneider
Angeles.
from New York.
Oh.
Originally from New York. I
Nice
live
to
here
meet
now.
you.
Likewise. We're
I saw you, I knew you from New York.
From the U.S. I'm from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, sorry.
typically.
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 Very nice.
No, we're broadcasting to our members live here on the camera.
Really? Okay.
You know? And it's a pilot project to try to introduce people to Israel and get a sense, let them have a sense of what it means to be here live, just to meet people, buy some nuts on the corner here, and to get the sound and the smells of Israel.
Yeah.
This is the third time that we're broadcasting.
Okay.
We were last week we're at the same time. We're on Mount Herzl, in the military and the civilian cemetery there mainly. And it was interesting. We also saw they were preparing for Yom Ha'atzmaut, for the Independence Day parade.
Okay.
We got to see that. And the time before, we were here on the different part of the old city. And now, I don't know how many viewers there are, but I'm sure there are many viewers back home.
And
Well, I'm the director of B'nai B'rith organization.
Okay.
If you're familiar with B'nai
Oh.
B'rith, National Jewish organization. And we have
bonjour ma sœur.
members.
Ça va? Très bien, ça fait plaisir. Here's my friend from Abu Ghosh. Ça va? Un grand bonjour à tout le monde. She's coming from the monastery in Abu Ghosh, where our
Today
friends.
I'm coming over here because there's going to be a profession today.
Now-
Some of the monks at
Ah, I
6
see.
o'clock they're having. I was invited by the abbot.
From the Benedictine.
Yeah.
Very nice. Interesting.
Yes, he's in charge. The abbot that's here is in charge of this place in Abu Ghosh
yeah.
and a couple other monasteries.
Right. Very interesting. It's a
He's
pleasure.
also my teacher at my school.
Where is your school?
The Salesian monastery.
Ah, the Salesian. Yes, yes.
Outside the city.
Right, absolutely.
Outside the old city.
Yeah, the Salesian used to be in those days Pierre Dubois. Long ago, he was heading the place. Sorry. أهلا بك.
Some years ago, probably about 20 years ago now, we did a concert here with the choir from Abu Ghosh. We invited the choir from Abu Ghosh and a Uruguayan organist to play here. We did a concert in the Abbey. Really something very special. Very special. Actually, we did it in honor of I just want to be here near the mic. We did it in honor of the Uruguayan ambassador who had passed away in office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so we did the concert here. It was a very moving affair. The whole diplomatic community came out. It was, and of course, the acoustics in here, as Gil had mentioned, the acoustics are.
Yeah, of course, because the Benedictine are very sensitive. In the coming
They're very
one of
nice
our coming programs, we're going to meet the custode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Concert
Pierre
here.
Batista.
Pierre Batista.
He's my boss.
Your boss. So we're gonna meet him.
I just saw him yesterday at the Baha'i New Year
Yeah.
gathering, celebration in Jerusalem.
Very interesting.
Oh, really?
Batista,
Oh.
yeah.
Very nice. So I don't want to have you delayed.
No. I have.
You have a reserved seat,
No, I don't think so.
so you can come with us to the view.
Okay, you're gonna go also.
Well, this way, yeah,
Okay.
if you wish.
You're gonna look out over
Yeah,
the new city.
absolutely. We are just coming from the Catholic graveyard where late Oskar Schindler is buried.
Oh yeah, I was just down there too, looking around. So they're starting to get ready for the profession.
And who are the new monks where they come from?
I don't know. They're Germans, I think.
Germans, yeah, but this is a German. Absolutely.
Or French, because Abu Ghosh is a French monastery.
Yeah. So here is the Armenian graveyard, and this is the Greek Orthodox. I would like, before it's turning darker, pay attention at the doors and the signs here. In each and every place, people mention their identity. When I see a Franciscan monk, I know he's a Franciscan monk. He wears his identity. So do I as a Jew. Everyone here. Here you can see what seems to be like UB. UB shape. This means this is an apostolical Armenian property. When we see the TO are the initial letter of Theophilis in Greek, which means the friend of God. These are Greek Orthodox. So each and every one has his identity mentioned on his body, on his properties. This is Jerusalem. Please pay attention. This path we're going to walk now through together was the same line in Jerusalem. This section was Jordanian for 19 years. This section remained Israeli from 1948 till 67. And we're going to walk this way. I will show you where he hides the food. This is a secret place. I don't show them. Shall I show them? He has a very special place where he put and keep them dry overnight. He's not bringing all this at home, right? And sometimes I'm meeting early morning or late in the evening, and he has a little place. His father is gonna open, yeah, Habibi. He's gonna open the little storage place. Go on. Faddal, ya Habibi. This is very interesting, you see. We'd eat everything, but we have to be careful. So how was business today, okay? Yeah, מתעורר. Very nice. People are happy to come and visit the land of Israel, and when they come to Mount Zion, they become spiritual and eat nuts.
Or they go nuts.
They go go nuts. We had it already.
We had it.
You have to be a little nuts to be a Franciscan too.
Originally from Los Angeles.
That's the city of nuts too.
Thank you. Thank you for invitation. That's the way we cover back energy. Thank you so much. דיר באלק זה, في عندك פנצ'ר. אני חושב, לא? So this is the secret place in the Armenian graveyard. Is this tiny room? Is the tiny room, and he's gonna open the little door.
This is the secret hiding place of the nuts.
The secret, but you should see the size of the key. أولا مفتاح. He forgot the key. Let me take you to the view, so we will not divulge your secret. Habib Albi. By the way, it's an incredible day. We can see the moon.
I've been here 3 years.
In Abu Ghosh?
No, I've been here. It's St. Saviour's, just here in the Oak City. And then I was in Einterm last year, and I'm back here again this year. This is the 3rd year.
You stay long?
Yeah, I'm hoping to stay for the rest of my life. I live here, so I'll be living in the monastery.
So they're coming for the ceremony.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you do that, you'll have to learn Hebrew like Pierre Baptiste learned.
Yeah.
Very good
So
Hebrew.
we will stand here because this will be much easier for us to stand here and have a beautiful view. These are holidays for the Greek Christians in Jerusalem. And here we can see from a very nice angle this Hinnom Valley we have just mentioned. The Hinnom Valley, and here is the first graveyard, the first neighborhood which was built.
Some people in America watching this.
The first neighborhood which was built outside the walls of Jerusalem after that census was made. You can see the windmill. This windmill literally never worked, but 2 years ago, although this was built in the year 1870, but 2 years ago for the first time, the windmill started to work by generous donation of some Dutch friends of Jerusalem. We can go and walk to the view.
But I'm on TV more than he is.
Go on, have nuts.
Yeah.